Hi everyone, welcome back to Navigating a Scent-Free Life in a Scent-Filled World. I'm Rebecca and today's topic is house cleaning, everybody's favorite topic. Well, you're not going to see me do it today because I don't think either one of us would enjoy that. We're just going to talk about the different kinds of things that we use. So let's start with windows. I will use vinegar on windows. I always prefer the cleaning vinegar, but vinegar works just fine, doesn't leave any streaks, and is, as you will find out, one of my favorite things to use to clean. Now, when I'm dusting, I do like the little dusters. They do seem to catch the dirt and not leave it all up in the air, but they're just not economical for me, not even the off brands. So I will use a dry rag. I'm just careful not to dust like this and get all of it back up in the air. Instead, I think about what the servers do at the restaurants whenever they're cleaning a table. They use a back and forth motion while constantly moving their hands across the table, and so all that grime stays in the rag. Well, I do the same thing when I'm dusting and it doesn't get all up in the air. Now, there are some times when there's a heavy layer of dust or there's some sort of grime I'm trying to get up, and that's when I pull out my cleaning vinegar, put some on the rag, and then use that to clean it. And as long as I'm not putting it on something that's corrosive, then so far it's worked well even on stained and polished furniture. Now, speaking of polish, I have not been able to find a polish that is unscented, and the DIY kind of polishes just don't seem to work for me. Now, even though those store-bought polishes are typically naturally scented with something like lemon or orange, which might not be something that I'm particularly allergic to, sometimes it's just more than what my system can handle. So most of the time I don't polish, and if something does need polishing, another family member handles that for me. I just wait for it to air out and then come back later. So onto the floors. As a lot of other people have discovered, going without carpet is great for allergies. Now, I will sweep with a broom. I'm just careful, again, not to sweep like this, but to just sweep like this, you know, and not get it all up in the air. Okay, a word about vacuum cleaners. In my house, if the vacuum cleaner is going to be used, it's going to be a bagged vacuum cleaner, preferably with a HEPA filter. Let me show you why. Let's suppose you have a bagless vacuum cleaner. We'll even say it has a HEPA filter. You vacuum everything up. It gets all of that fine dust and the animal dander all up into that little canister. You go to empty the canister. You pull it out and poof. No, it's not that bad. I could turn my head away. I could wear a mask. I could do something, you know, but what am I going to do with it now? I need to dump it, right? So I go to the trash can and I dump it and poof. Everything that it vacuumed up gets all in my face, all in the air, and all back on the floor where I had vacuumed it up. It's just not what's going to work in my house. So, bagged vacuum cleaners with a HEPA filter. When we do need something on the floor, we'll use a small area rug. And one of the nice things about that is that you can hang it out on the line, you can stick it in the washing machine, and when it becomes old and decrepit, it's a lot easier and cheaper to discard that and get a new one than it is to completely replace our carpet. So what about mopping the floors? Well, you guessed it, cleaning vinegar diluted in some water in a mop bucket. Now, if I need some sudsing action, I'll use a dish detergent. I have a video on dish detergents. Put that in my mop bucket with some water, no vinegar this time, and then just mop with that, rinse if I need to, and I'm done. Okay, let's talk a little bit about bathrooms. I can use that same cleaning vinegar in the bathroom so long as I'm not using it around something that might corrode. And I do like those erasers, you know, that you can get in the store. As long as I'm wearing gloves, I'm always careful to do that. But now I don't like using those on the faucets either, anything that might look like it's chrome, because it seems like after a while, it seems like it causes that to crack. So what I do on those areas instead is I use the dish detergent with a little bit of a scrub, and the water stains and soap scum come right off. Now, if I need to disinfect, I personally can use bleach. As long as it's unscented, I'll just use it where I need to and then let it air out. But I have a viewer who cannot use bleach, and she and I have both realized that hydrogen peroxide is a great alternative to bleach. A word of caution though for you. One of the things I learned about hydrogen peroxide is that in its pure state, hydrogen peroxide will actually it's very unstable and it's hard to get it to stay as a hydrogen peroxide. So although they dilute it in water, that's not really the function of water. The water is just to dilute it to make it usable. They have to add a stabilizer to that hydrogen peroxide because you see, unlike food, cleaners are not required to have their ingredients listed on the bottle. They're not required to make them available to the public. So anytime I see a cleaner that will tell me everything that's in there, I have a lot of respect for that company. But back to the hydrogen peroxide. How do I know what's in it? So I did some more research. I just put it into my search engine, what stabilizer is used in hydrogen peroxide. You'll find the website that I found down in the comments below. And it, as you can see from there, multiple different things can be used as a stabilizer. One of them can be a pesticide. So if you're allergic to a pesticide, you might want to reconsider hydrogen peroxide, because what's in that bottle of hydrogen peroxide? I don't know. Know your allergies and stay safe. But if you don't have to worry about any of this and hydrogen peroxide works for you, you use it and you have no problems, then let me show you how you can use it to disinfect. You can either spray it on, it often comes in a spray bottle, or pour it on, but then you need to wait for 10 minutes. Let it do its action, and then once you wipe it off or rinse it off, you're good to go. Now obviously this is not meant to sterilize anything, just disinfect something like you might find in the bathroom. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end. Don't forget to check out the links in the description below. Also let me know what your tips are for scent-free cleaning, and let me know if I forgot anything. Thanks so much. Have a great day.